Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Little Man 771. This is a brand new series, and it's going to be called Mini Drum Mondays, actually. And I have a huge announcement to make. I am trying to start to make my own miniature drum set. I want to build it from scratch. I want to just put all the materials together. I have a ton of inspiration for this. What you're going to be looking at is a video from Ricky Sears. Let's check this out right now. Man, he builds this whole thing out of scratch in materials, and I know that he actually does a lot of it with things that are really cheap, which is super exciting. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not going to try to spend a ton of money. I spent $80 on this miniature drum set from miniatureguitarusa.com, and it's been a pretty good purchase so far, but it's not really what I'm looking for. I want something that sounds great. My goal is to actually get toms that are defined in their tone, that actually go from high to low. I want to have a snare drum that's got some good pop. I want to be able to play the bass drum, just like Ricky Sears' video. Huge inspiration. Also, shout out to Chain CH. He's from Indonesia, I believe. He reached out to me over the comments, and we've been talking a little bit about making miniature drum sets, and he does a great job. His are a little larger than I want to make mine, but it's still the same concept, making them all from scratch. There's a lot of things, though, that I don't really know, but I want to go through this process with you, and I really need that accountability just to keep going, to keep trying my best to just get it done. I really want to do that. I really want to make that a huge goal for the beginning half of this new year, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. A couple things I'm going to show you before the video's over. I just wanted to show you the kits that I've had over the past few years. This one up here, this is my favorite kit that I've had. It's the old tried and true that my wife got me back when we were dating, and this one's definitely made me the most money on YouTube so far, around $1,500 across a couple viral videos that I put out. It's not bad. It's got some pretty good cymbal tones. The toms do sound okay. What I'm having trouble with this kit is that it's just starting to fall apart. The hardware started to break. A lot of the heads came off, and I spent a lot of time trying to glue them back together and make them work again. And you'll notice that I've had to use like different ties to kind of help support it, because I love actually playing the miniature drums. It's really fun for me. I love it. But it's hard because they're kind of too short or not supported well, and so they fall over and they're flimsy, things like that. I bought this one for $80 pretty recently, and it's doing a pretty good job. It's not bad, but kind of the toms kind of sound the same, and the cymbals definitely sound the same. And I'm using these homemade sticks. They're definitely different than what comes with the actual drum set. What came with this Dom Howard kit are these tiny little 2-inch sticks. These ones are really small, as you can see here. The ones that came with my original kit are a little bit bigger, and I can play them a little bit better, but I've been wanting to try out some making of some new sticks. I actually did start making my own drum kit this past year. It's really tough, man. I tried to use a mason jar lid and a folder cover page, and I'm really happy with those two tones. I think that's awesome. But I'm not really able to use them other than that because I don't have enough wire, and I'm not really happy with the way they look. This is cardboard tubing, so I'm going to do something similar to that. The floor tom didn't turn out that great either. It kind of lost a lot of its strength, and it's not really that tone. So I'm looking for a really good bass drum tone and all those things. And I'm going to make the cymbals and everything. Ricky Sears, I'll show you some of his videos. He's actually put out tutorials on how to make miniature cymbals out of actual cymbals, and I tried that already a little bit. This one I put together out of a little bit of a thicker cymbal, and I think that's why it doesn't really sound that great. I'll give you this example here. It's a little too pingy. Sounds more like a chime. I made one that's a little bit smaller out of that same cymbal. Again, kind of like a chime, a little bit too ringy in the ears. One out of some really cheap metal. Yeah, just way too cheap. Doesn't have any type of tone to that. Now I also made one out of like an old can. This one a little bit better. I've been having a little more luck with stacking the cymbals actually, and putting a couple of them together. That's been a lot of fun to play and jam with. So working on those things. I'd like to show you guys some more things coming up, but just follow along with me. Give me some suggestions. I would love to know what you think, maybe some ideas on how to put it together, on what materials I can use for the drums, and what materials I can use for the cymbals and for the drum heads. I'm looking for a lot of suggestions here, and I'd love to try to implement them and see what we can come up with together. But yeah, Miniature Drum Mondays or Mini Drum Mondays. I'm still working on that title, but I will see you in the next video where we actually start to look at the toms and the bass drum and the snare and how we're actually going to construct them, whether that's out of cardboard or some type of plastic or maybe even wood. We're going to try a whole bunch of different ideas. That's on the next episode of Mini Drum Mondays. We'll see you next time.